Okay, now that we have our stationery box made, how about we make some of the stationery to go in it? Let's start with some envelopes. Now what I do, I start with 12 by 12 paper and then I cut it down to make my envelopes. I'm going to cut these pieces of paper to 8.5-inch square, and that will make envelopes to fit the standard size half sheet cards. And I do that first because then I have all these nice scraps that I can use to decorate my cards, and there's no waste from this project, which is really, really nice. So, to make our standard invitation size greeting, I am going to take my 8.5-inch square paper and I'm going to score it at 3 inches on the opposite sides. 3 inches there, turn it 180 degrees, 3 inches on this side. Now I am going to score it at the first scor-pal triangle there on the other two sides. Now I have a little cheat sheet on my blog that you can download so you know exactly how big to cut your paper and where to score it. If you want to make some envelopes with your scor-pal, it looks like this, and I keep it with my scor-pal. I use it all the time, and that will be available on my blog. Now what you do is you simply cut out these corners. Those of you who saw my scor-pal video already, this will be old hat. Take your time. I'm rushing, but and then you're simply going to fold it up and have a fabulous envelope. And it also is a great way to use up all the extra paper you have lying around from different paper stacks that you might purchase. Alright, see? I'm going to fold that over. And we have a lovely little envelope. Okay, now let's make some cute accessories to go in our stationery box. What we're going to make is a glue stick, because I hand make my envelopes, as you know, and I'm kind of lazy and I don't put the little lick'em stick'em adhesive on the flap. So what I usually do is end up using a glue stick before I send out the card, and then I put a little pretty sticker on it on my envelope. So I'm going to show you how to change this plain old Target glue stick, which will be like on sale for $5 for $1 pretty soon because it's back to school time this summer. And I'm going to jazz it up with some matching paper, and it's very, very easy. All you need to do is take a little piece of double-sided tape and place it right on your glue stick. It should be about 1 3/4 inches long, but you can eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to take the paper and start it so it's halfway on my tape and just roll it right around the glue stick. And it is just perfect, fits it perfectly. That is 1 3/4 inches by 2 inches. Now, for the beaded pen, which I think looks so fantastic, and this is the first time I've made these, so I'm very excited. You want to get a plain Bic round pen, and the reason you want a Bic is because when it goes dry, you can use tweezers and yank that out, and you can replace it with another Bic liner. So it's very affordable, and you aren't, without a pen. If it runs dry, you just simply replace the ballpoint. And what you're going to do is take a piece of scor-tape, and I am using this double-sided scor-tape, and I've cut it so that it is 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch by 5 inches, and that will just fit the barrel of this pen. So what you want to do is peel off the backing and lay the sticky tape down on a mat. And it's got the white backing. The tape itself is clear, but we have the other backing so we don't stick it to our score mat here. And I am simply going to place the pen down so that it's parallel with the edge of the double-sided tape, and I'm going to roll it up. And you want to make sure that it makes a good contact with the pen. It's not going to be a big deal holding the paper down. That's going to stick pretty well. But when you get to the beads, you want to make sure that it's stuck really, really good. Now before I roll it all the way over, because it's going to overlap a little bit, I'm going to start to peel back the tape. And then I'll roll the other side right up. And then all we have to do is peel the liner off, and we've got a very sticky pen here. Okay, now we take our paper, which is cut to 1 1/8 by 5 inches. It's a tiny bit shorter than the tape because the pens are only 1 1/8 inch around. And I'm going to very carefully line it up, because once this paper sticks, it is stuck. There's no going back. And I'm going to roll it up. Stick it down really good. This stuff will stick to your hands like crazy if you're not careful, and just roll it this way. Now, this pen is pretty the way it is, but to jazz it up a little bit more, we're going to add some micro beads. And here I have poured my micro beads into just plastic packaging that an embossing folder came in, those nice flat Cuttlebug embossing folder packages. I always save them because they're great paint palettes or, you know, little trays for beads or whatnot. Now I need to put some more adhesive on this so the beads will stick. And I've got another piece already cut, 1 and 1/4 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to peel off the craft paper lining. I'm going to set it down on my score mat. And I'm going to lay the pen one more time on this. And this time I'm going to make sure the seam is right smack dab in the middle, because I don't want this thing unraveling on my recipient of my lovely stationery set. Just make sure you set it down so it's parallel. Press it down really good. Now there's a little trick to making these beads stick. And the trick is that you're going to have to heat up this tape. But first, let's stick it into the beads. Let's get the beads on it before we go and heat it up. Alright, just going to roll that over. Make sure it's got good contact. You can wrap it back up in the liner and just roll it really good to make sure it's stuck down there good. But you don't want, you know, too much oils from your fingers getting on there. Alright, peel off the liner. The pen is very, very sticky. And you want to roll it in the beads. All of a sudden it just looks amazing. But you'll notice the beads are going to start popping off on you. So grab your heat gun. This is going to be a little loud. Let it heat up for a couple seconds. Now you want to really heat up those beads. This is going to activate the adhesive in the scor-tape. And then you want to roll it on a hard surface like your score mat. And that's really just going to push those beads right down in. If you want to send it back into the bead tray for a minute to get a little extra, you can. Just in case any fell out before you heated it up. Alright, roll it on your mat again and you are all set. Now simply use the scraps left over from your envelope to decorate some cards and you will be all set. This stationery set will make a lovely gift for Christmas, birthday, anything. Aren't these pens pretty? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Oriental Stamp Art, for making me the Stamp Artist of the Month for August. Till the next time, happy crafting.